Well, hello there, RJB here from RJB TV. Mong against Leebokgu. So far, we got 4 wins for Mong, no wins at all for Leebokgu. But Leebokgu is going to try to put a change to that in game number 5, which we're going right into right now. So what are we looking at? We are looking at Mong on the red Terran on the top middle of the map here. He's been playing really well. He's been playing exceptionally well. He's actually been playing some of the very best Terran we've ever seen on fastest map. Specifically because it has all been against a player called Leebokgu here on the name Spawn King, who is, in my opinion, one of the very best Protoss players on fastest map. But he's not been able to beat Mong a single time in this set, which is really impressive on Mong's behalf, but I've also seen some quite stubborn mistakes here on the map on these games from Leebokgu. He's been playing pretty stubbornly, not very diverse, and it's cost him a couple times where he had chances and opportunities to win a game, and he went for the wrong choice by kind of being one-track minded, to put it into one simple word. He kind of just stuck to the exact same plan, regardless of the situation, and I think that might actually be his one big weakness. If the one strategy he's doing doesn't work out, you won't very quickly or easily see him switch over into something slightly different. You'll stick to doing the exact same thing. So even though his micro, his macro, and his strategies themselves are usually very well executed and very high level, if his opponent manages to stonewall their defenses and prevent any damages, or just persevere through the damages, then Leebokgu is in for a difficult time. And Mong, so far from what we've seen, has amazing defensive abilities. Given the fact he's a former, well, he's still a professional StarCraft player, means he's got pretty much every single skill you need in a player all together in one single package. That package is Mong himself. He's got it all. He's got the micro, the macro, the awareness, the knowledge, the speed, the everything you need. So can Leebokgu, this time around here in game number 5, take a win from Mong, or is Mong gonna win yet again? He's scouting pretty aggressively with everything he's got at the moment. He really wants to find that choke, but he also should know that by now that choke has a cannon. He just wants to know where Leebokgu is. Where in the world is Leebokgu? Leebokgu himself now also finding Mong's choke, can't get in. Neither player can get in, so neither player knows what the other is exactly doing, but there are some broad assumptions both players can make in regards to what they think their opponent could be doing. Because there are some standard build orders that these players most of the time do follow, and if you see some things at specific timings, you can kind of deduce that they are probably doing some very specific things, because that is most often what they do. So Leebokgu went for Nexus, Forge, Pile in the choke, Gateway, Cannon in the choke, Double Gas, Cyber Core, Robe in the front. Oh, he's trying to break through yet again. We've seen this before many times so far. Mong breaking through the one single cannon in the choke because Leebokgu is trying to cut corners by not building 2 cannons but going for 1 cannon, and Mong finishes it right off the bat. Leebokgu is trying to play this too cheap, too greedy, too risky, and so far we've seen 3 games in a row where Mong breaks through the choke with non-stint Marines without medics. He just recognizes that he's got the opportunity and he goes for it right away without wasting any time. So now Leebokgu forced to pull probes. There are 2 of the Marines, but the Marines are too great in number. Probes are going down. Cannons are morphing in. Will they finish in time? Yes, they will, but there's still a lot of structures here on the scene that are exposed and not protected by the cannons, and Mong knows exactly how to take them down. So robots are being built in the back for Leebokgu. Zealots are slowly spawning and trying to kill as many Marines as they can, but the micro there on display from Mong is superb. not gonna get a whole lot of kills. Well, back at home here, in Mong's base itself, you built a command center, double gas, triple barracks, and going for triple factory. Sorry there, I misspoke a tiny little bit. But Mong is progressing quite quick. And Leebokgu is also still progressing, but he's taking some damage, he's taking some pain. He's dealing with a situation right here, and he has to adapt to it pretty quick. Mong finds a pretty good spot there, right next to the Cybercore, Forts, and Citadel, to kill all of the 3 before mentioned structures, because no cannon is protecting them. We do have the Templar's Archive on the way. One robot there in the back, finished up, ready to build a shuttle. I do feel Dark Templars are probably going to be coming out there from Mong. Mong finds himself a position to kill and attack the Nexus there. If that Nexus goes down, Leebokgu is going to take some pretty big economic damage because he really needs those probes to be coming out from that Nexus. And the Nexus will, in fact, go down. Unless a cannon spawns very soon, but nope. Goodbye Nexus. Leebokgu is actually in some real big trouble. This is a really bad start to a game that he needs and wants to win, because he doesn't have a single win. And who wants to lose a set without a single win? Pretty sure nobody wants to lose a set without a single win. It's pretty embarrassing. Even against a player as good as Mong, it's pretty embarrassing. Marine still running in circles, Dark Templars on the hunt, scans on the Dark Templar and stims it down. Looking for that shuttle. Shuttle runs away just in time. A lot of Dark Templar there spawned to take care of those Marines. Mong still microing around. Well, here back at home, in his own base, building a 3rd command center. Got an armory there, finished up, getting a 2nd one as well. He's got an engineering base somewhere floating on the side. He's got 4 factories. He's already building Goliaths. He's got a tank there on the scene as well, getting siege mode, or siege mode is already finished. He's getting Karen Booster for Goliath range. And level 1 attack there from the armory. So Mong has built himself a really good lead over Leebokgu. Leebokgu is still trying to recover from all the damage he's taken, still trying to get himself back into the race, still trying to beat the clock, because there's currently a clock, a timer on this game, where Leebokgu has to do some pretty big damage to Mong before Mong becomes too strong to deal with. And that is not what he wants. He wants a weaker Mong, not a strong Mong. Nobody wants a strong Mong, because a strong Mong is unbeatable. A strong, healthy Mong is the nightmare of all the Leebokgus in the world. Attacks a choke there. Supply depot under heavy fire, but there's too much here on the scene to protect it, so that's not going to go down, not going to break through. Also got Goliaths and pylons. Goliaths and turrets on the side with a little bit of extra vision from those floating structures. The shuttle is not going to get in. If he had gone for the weak side here on the left, he might have gotten in, but he doesn't know that this is the weak side. He doesn't exactly know what Mong has built, where his units are. He doesn't exactly know what we know. So it's easy for me to say that he should have gone from the left side, but Leebokgu simply doesn't know. So he's really just grasping at straws here. He really desperately wants to make something happen. While Mong, down 53 SCVs, will soon be on 70. He's got triple command center, probably going to go for number 4 and 5 as well to fill out the remaining gas. Not yet though, not yet. In the near future he will. Getting more factories. All the barracks are up in the air, floating for a little bit of extra vision and control over the map. Some units are spread about as well on the sides. These are likely spots and locations for shuttles to fly over. Shuttle drops trying to get in, but nope. Mong saw them with the extra vision from the barracks. Just goes to show how important those floating structures are in defending against shuttles, and he moved the Goliaths in between. So yeah, Leebokgu is once again having a very bad time, and Mong is having an amazing time. He's putting a lot of effort into this, but he's making it look easy. He's got every single thing covered. Leebokgu, how is he ever gonna break in? How is he ever gonna break in? Leebokgu still only on 1 robo. He's on 61 probes, 1 worker behind on Mong. Not a great situation. Also has no upgrades for his gateway units yet. He's 1-4, so he could get the upgrade, but he doesn't have it yet. does have speed for Zealots. He's got 4 shuttles there lined up, ready to get loaded up and flown across to go for a drop on hopefully the SCVs. Now 68 workers there for Mong. He keeps building a small lead over time as he has 1 more worker spawning per 14 seconds. Transit number 4 and 5, they're on the way. He's going to stay on 2 armory, so probably not planning on getting a lot of air, but he's getting starport, so he is in fact planning on getting a lot of air. Just doesn't have the extra armories yet to get the air upgrades as well. So I was wrong there, assumed too quick, and I assumed wrong. Mong definitely wants air units on the map. At least the opportunity to get air units. That's the thing. He's getting more supply depots there. He's currently on level 1 attack there for his mech. Drop there, flying across. Let's track this drop as I drink something. Really refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. So he comes in here from the right side, but flies over units from Mong, so Mong knows it's coming. Gonna kill that unit there and maybe change direction to somewhere else. Maybe gonna try to brute force this top corner drop. Engineering Bay there has got vision. Drop there comes in. Goliath's in between. Goliath's target firing on the shuttles, or pretty much just firing on anything. Unload to the top corner, they got 2 Templas there. Stormgun Goliath can take it down there by the tank. Another drop there coming from the left side. Corsair didn't really protect too much. Gets taken down by just static defense. So yeah, once again, Leebokgu having a really bad time. That early pressure he was experiencing from his early game mistake has cost him the entire early and probably also the mid game. So how is Leebokgu gonna fight himself through and get himself a lead in the late game? He is behind on upgrades, he's behind the economy, he is ahead in supply, but that is a conscious choice from Mong, because Mong wants to comfortably build and get bigger and richer. And it's only 11 minutes in, well, almost 12 minutes. It's only 12 minutes in, and Mong is almost maxed out. Will soon be definitively maxed out. Leebokgu himself also maxed out. He's recovered quite well from all the abuse. There's a lot of gateways. Actually, a lot of gateways. It's gonna be all gateways. He's become the gateway man. Artosis so famously talks about absolutely hating the gateway man, and Leebokgu himself has become the gateway man, the bane of Artosis' existence. He's just building gateways and attack moving his units. At least, that's probably what he's planning on in the near future. So another drop there being loaded up, and another drop there being sent in, and the Goliaths are away from the corner, so this might actually go in a little bit deeper than all the others, and a drop from the left side also flies in. Can't get through, there's so many turrets on the sides. Those shuttle drops aren't going to get in, although this one flies in deeper, starts unloading, shuttles are arriving pretty close there to the SCVs, starts loading right next to the SCVs and storms on the SCVs and kills all the SCVs that were there. He went down from 77 to 35. That is a pretty big, massive hit, and that is exactly the kind of hit Leebokgu needed. So now, Mong is going to have to sit tight, sit back for a little while longer, while Leebokgu gets the opportunity to use this time window he created himself to get himself in the driving seat. Because he has some catching up to do. He's still behind on upgrades. He does not have a carrier switch base yet. He needs more stargates, needs fleet beacons, he needs a lot of stuff to adequately prepare himself for a Mong that pretty much has everything he already needs. He's got the starports, he's got the factories, he's got the armories, he's got the upgrades that are on the way as well. He's ordered 1, 2 there for the tanks, which is a huge advantage over the gateway upgrades that Leebokgu currently has. Also, that annoying barrack there spots out the shuttles. Shuttles are coming in there from the left side, right side. Flies in, unloads on a corner here on the side. He wants to kill turrets and structures instead of going in for the SCVs themselves, which I think he could have gone in a little bit deeper. I think he could have tried to go for the SCVs yet again. Mong is currently supply blocked though. His minerals are also low. But he has 59 SCVs, which is kind of nice, but he needs a couple more supply depots at the moment. He's putting units here on the high ground while I was distracted with the drop, so this is a pretty big one. This is He's gonna try to get control over Leebokgu's base, at least the sides of it. Another drop there comes in, arrives there on the scene next to the SCVs. SCVs running to safety, but getting stormed anyway. Went from, okay, he killed 31. That was a great one. So down from 65 down to 33. It's 32 kills. Exactly what he needed. Now he has the opportunity and a chance to peacefully and calmly kill the tanks here and the Goliaths on the high ground that are messing up his base. And maybe he's got the opportunity to build a proxy base right here on the 1 o'clock spawn location, because that is a location that Mong cannot disrupt or kill anytime soon. Let's just see what he's gonna do. He's gonna put units here on the zealots on the high ground. Kill those tanks. Slowly kill those tanks there on the high ground. Mong is recovering pretty well, already back on 51 SCVs. That's what happens when you've got 6 command centers to build new SCVs. He's gonna have to put them to work there though, not really paying attention too much to those workers, but he doesn't have to, because he can also just focus on distracting Leebokgu. As long as Leebokgu is distracted, killing these units here on the high ground, he won't be attacking, and that is kind of something big for Mong, and Mong has realized this. Mong has realized that as long as I keep annoying Leebokgu with these tanks at the high ground, Leebokgu's gonna have to defend those tanks at the high ground. You have to kill them, and this is just completely messing with Leebokgu's game plan. Leebokgu knows this. Leebokgu knows he cannot spend too much time killing those structures there on, those tanks there on the high ground. He knows this. And he might start building a proxy base here on the 1 o'clock spawn location, while also sending in a drop here from the 1 o'clock location from the right, flies right in. So he's running to safety. Is he gonna lose any of them though? That was on the scene. He's got 68 SCVs at the moment. Storms on tanks. He isn't storming on the SCVs that were still there. And I think that was, well, not a bad choice, to be honest. Just killing tanks is good as well. Get back at home. He's losing the sides of his base because we have another wave of dropships loading tanks onto the high ground. This is the most annoying stuff you can possibly deal with. And Leebokgu is suffering from it. He's in pain. He's crying out in pain. Tanks on the high ground. This is the spot abuse that you can expect on the fastest map sometimes. If you had carriers here, this would not really be a problem. But he doesn't have a Stargate. He doesn't really have Stargates. He has one Stargate, but not a whole lot more of them. Maybe a Stargate base here on the 1 o'clock might help him not have to deal with those tanks at the high ground, because if you've got carriers, it's very easy to kill all those units there on the high ground. But so far, he's still suffering from those annoying dropships, dropping annoying tanks and Goliaths on the high ground, completely disrupting him while he's actually trying to capitalize on a big drop he had on Mong, of which Mong has at the moment recovered. He's got 76 SCVs. His gas and economy are getting back on track. He's held out by being annoying, and I guess being annoying has worked out just terrific. He's great. So moving across the map there, gets spotted out by the dropships, which means Mong can now respond. This is a pretty big drop. How is he gonna respond? He's got some Valkyries there in the air, ready to snipe those shuttles out of the air. He's doing some damage, but the courses are gonna distract from those turrets. Ooh, some stuff is going down there though. Shuttles are still alive. Shuttles are arriving on the scene. Shuttles are next to the SCVs. SCVs not running away. Oh, he storms on the... Oh, okay, he hits everything pretty much yet again. He pretty much... Wait! Okay, he gets everything yet again. For a moment there I thought he was in the clear, but he still loses pretty much everything yet again. Mong is losing workers a lot. This is... Leebokgu is actually doing some real good work this game, despite all of the abuse he's under. But Mong likewise is buying himself a lot of time by sending his units far away from home. So what do we have here on the top corner for Leebokgu? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 Stargates, building carriers, preparing for the side attack. All he needs is some shield batteries here to keep healing up those shields as the shields go down over time. Because there are some Valkyries, and Valkyries are pretty good against carriers. Mong is scanning the map. Scanned just the backside of Leebokgu's base, nothing else, so he doesn't really have the information yet that carriers are being built right next to him. So time to clear out that hill. Been a thorn in his side. Literally a thorn in his side. Picking up a drop at the same time as well. Gonna go for the frontal attack, but there's some 2 tanks there on the high ground that need to be killed. So let's go for the supply depots first in the front with a target fire. While we send a drop in from a maybe not the best angle. There's a lot of turrets here in between. The attack on the front there gets taken down. The Valkyries are moving to intercept the shuttles. The shuttles are turning around, going the long way around. And he might go from the right side instead of the left side. Valkyrie's currently on the left side. So that was a good choice. Changing direction was a good choice, but we have medics here standing in the middle of the map. And they do spot out the shuttles. Mong didn't notice. Mong is scanning the map at the moment. Scanned the wrong side though, because he's coming from the process of elimination. I like it. So Mong scanned the entire left side, but there was nothing on the left side, which means the drop is coming from the right side. While he didn't detect the drop, he knew the drop had to be coming from the right side. And Leebokgu doesn't get in too far, but at least he's got them carriers operational and in the air. Doesn't have carrier capacity finished up yet. Now he does. Now he does. More drops there moving across the map. He might... putting a tank on the high ground to kill those cannons. He still doesn't know about those carriers. So Leebokgu has the carriers. And he might catch Mong by surprise with the carriers. But I kind of do have to know what his upgrades are for his air units. He's on 1-2-1. That's not too great. Whereas the Valkyries are on 2-2. So the carriers are lagging behind. He does have level 2 attack on the way and level 3 attack, I think. Drop comes in. Drop gets sniped by the Valkyries. 0 effort. You just click on the shuttles and the Valkyries take care of the rest. The AoE from Valkyries really is the perfect defense against shuttle drops. It makes it very easy. Barely an inconvenience. So Mong here moves out. Mong feels as if he's recovered enough, is strong enough, and he's tired of waiting and sitting in his base. Go for the attack, setting units across the map, although now it's only mostly just Marines. Still some Zealots are up on the high ground, still some tanks are up on the high ground as well. Goliaths being annoying. But let's look at this base right here. A lot of cannons coming up. Still no shield batteries. He really does need some of those. He's waiting for one more upgrade to finish for the carriers before he goes in. And of course for interceptors to finish as well. He killed a lot of his probes just now. He's down to 48. Making interceptors doesn't really cost that much money. So when you go for a big carrier army, you can kind of afford to just have a small amount of probes, because you will most likely have enough minerals to keep on making interceptors, and over time your bank will still kind of stabilize, so you can, if the carriers go down, replace them with the money you have. The only problem is his gas is kind of low. His gas really is kind of low. The drop there coming in from the right side, double Corsair, one shuttle. Unloads, Templars don't get out. You're back at home, tanks on the low ground, tanks on the high ground. Carriers, please return home. Please protect the base, because those tanks are pushing forward and ready to kill the probes. This is not looking pretty, although we do have the carriers here moving about, ready to go, ready to fight, ready to break Mong's back. But Leebokgu's back is getting broken here on the scene as well. You do have a Dark Templar there ready to go in, but Mong will of course use his scan, because he's got 5 scans? 5 scans indeed. And the carriers do arrive on the scene, and there's only a couple Goliaths here on the scene to defend. Valkyries are returning back home at lightning speed. Carriers moving forward onto those poor command centers that cannot defend themselves. He's attacking. He's killing. He's doing some real heavy work. That's one command center gone. Going for the scans. Okay, he wants to stop the scans, because if there are no scans on the map, he can build Dark Templars and kill all the units in his base with the Dark Templar. So the scans have been gone. Now the Dark Templars can go in and kill all of this. That's a pretty smart move. The carriers are now taking so much damage from the Goliaths and the Valkyries. It's taking a lot of damage. More Valkyries coming in there from the bottom side. Carriers all dead and gone. That might have been a little bit too ballsy. He did kill pretty much... Well, Mong has no academy. He's got a lot of money. He's got no scans, and he needs an academy to build new scans. So Dark Templars are being produced to defend. Is Mong gonna build something like a science vessel? He doesn't have... He also lost his science facility, so he cannot build a vessel, cannot build a scan, and he needs some detection. And he doesn't have supply space to even make a unit, so at the moment he is supply blocked, has to build more supply depots, more command centers. Leebokgu made a pretty good choice there, building Dark Templars and killing the detection options Mong had at the time, although we have the academy back on the map, scans are being rebuilt, and tanks are pushing onto this carrier proxy base. Where he also has an Arbiter's Tribunal for Arbiters. Looks like Leebokgu went in a little bit too hard there. He did kill a lot of things. He did kill a lot of things, but he might have gone a little bit too far, a little bit too hard. He still has to rebuild his base. He still has to rebuild his base. We do have a carrier there on the scene, but Valkyrie's hunting it down. He's taking care of the one pylon powering everything. And now the Stargates are useless, because there's no pylon to power them. We have Dark Templars arriving on the scene, but the scans are back in action. Scans and protects the tanks. Oh, the one Dark Templar stays alive, annoyingly. Drop goes in. SCVs are not running away. Reaver's on the scene. Reaver's shooting, and they do kill pretty much everything. It's over 30 SCVs gone. The carriers got taken down by the Valkyries, and the Reaver's still alive in the backside. It's 2 Reavers alive in the backside. And the Scarabs are chasing. Scarabs not exploding. Lucky break there for Mong, but he has a lot of money in the bank. I think he didn't really suffer too much from that Reaver drop. If Leebokgu can prolong this game, which I don't think he can. He's got gateways, but he's got no carriers, and he needs carriers. Because there's tanks on the high ground, which are ruining everything. He needs a proxy gateway base, but he doesn't have the money to build a proxy gateway base because he has 51 probes, because he killed his probes to get more carriers. A lot of choices Leebokgu made this game are now all coming together, and they're all working out against him. Mong, 30 workers. Everything else is armies pushing forward, ready to kill, ready to break Leebokgu in 2 and get himself win number 5. Can Leebokgu stay in the game, stay in the race? Armies moving forward. Tanks on the side are absolutely messing him up. Storms are coming down there on the tanks. Tanks are dodging the storms. The Lions taking some pretty heavy fire there. Valkyries taking down the shuttles that are trying to unload on top of the tanks. Not gonna work there too. Not gonna work there, dude. Oh. Mong is rolling Leebokgu over. Mong is too damn good on the Protoss. Maybe Mong, or maybe Leebokgu. I'm saying wrong things. Mong is too damn good on the Terran, and Leebokgu and the Protoss made some questionable moves that looked great at first, but in hindsight, might have been better avoided. Now we're seeing it. He's pushing forward towards those probes on the side here. This is the shortest distance to go forward. Units are spawning from Leebokgu, but they immediately go down every single time. This is looking really bad here for Leebokgu. He calls GG because he knows that he doesn't have what it takes to come back from this situation. I mean, nobody could come back from the situation. This is pretty much a done deal at this point, and Leebokgu knows, he recognizes it, and Mong gets win number 5 and wins the set. Absolutely insane performance. Doesn't lose a single time, which is really impressive. Really impressive stuff here from Mong. I was expecting some losses here on his end, but he just steamrolls Leebokgu completely. Thank you for watching. This was Mong against Leebokgu part number 3 and the end of this set. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment to share your thoughts, maybe leave a like, or maybe a subscribe. Anyway, I hope to see you return for the next video, which should be coming up sometime soon. I've been thinking about doing a power ranking video, or ranking video, where I rank the players accordingly to what I think they're capable of. I've been thinking of it, and maybe I should just do it. We're gonna have to work out how to determine the metrics. Anyway, see you soon.